Immediately following the presentation, please exit. Today I'll be timing you for the 23 minutes. Right from the first word spoken. At 5 minutes, the first 5 minutes are protected time. At the 5-minute time period, I'll flash a card and knock on the table to indicate that unprotected time will start. At that time, the judges will be able to ask questions. At 20 minutes, again, I will knock on the table and it'll be protected time with no questions being asked. Audience, no questions, comments, cell phones, or picture taking will be permitted from the audience at any time. Please ensure that your cell phones are off or on vibrate. Immediately following the presentation, we ask the audience to leave. This allows our judges to be able to do their scorecards. There's no, the audience, you are banned from any material bearing your college or your university symbols, and please exit immediately when they're done today. Just confirming that you are Team H. When you're ready.
Good morning, members of the EMCO National Support Center. My name is Gwenna, and alongside me here are my colleagues Adam and Sean, and we are here on behalf of our employer, Joe Arnold. Now, Joe Arnold is a part of your EMCO Greenfield support, profit centers, and he is an owner of he owns six plumbing and distribution centers in Saskatoon, which are highly profitable. And he believes that he sees a new opportunity for us to expand into the residential area with our product SnapMod. So specifically what we see here today is the possibility to leverage the need for affordable and sustainable residential housing to complement our current business offerings that we have in Saskatoon. Keeping that in mind, what we have to offer today deals with a market need. So primarily we're focusing on the fact that 60% of households are 1 to 2 person dwellings. They're small groupings who need small accommodations at an affordable price. The government is also supporting this initiative. They are expecting 12,000 new housing units to be projected in the year 2016, and they're also intending to supply housing at an affordable rate for those people who have a small size of a family household. Also, we are working in a cyclical industry. Housing is always focused on a boom and bust cycle, and with that in mind, we have the opportunity to work in an industry that some entrepreneurs stray from, while others focus on, and we believe that we see a profitable opportunity for you moving forward.
EMCO, on behalf of Joe Arnold, we are very excited to bring to you today our product SnapMods. As Gwenna said earlier, we see you as a vital player in the home improvement with all of your offerings that you have, being HVAC, being heating, and being plumbing. What we want you to do is we want you to complement those offerings, and we want you to go into a new market that's currently booming, and that is the housing market. It's the startup housing in Saskatchewan that currently has 12,600 in 2016 alone. So what is SnapMods? SnapMods is a 1 to 2 person dwelling house that it has a CCAN design. So this is very customizable both inside and outside. We want to make this as much as a home as possible. This is the future of housing. The future is being able to build houses quickly and put them together quickly. And what we see is that these can be able to snap together in order to have multiple housing for multiple people in these dwellings. Now, we do see this as very different from what you currently offer, but why this is so great is because you offer all the supplies to make this. You have those manufacturers that can give you all these supplies and give you that advantage, which Gwenna will go over a little bit more.
So looking at the 3 key competitive advantages that we have, like we said, we can support a majority of the supplies from you with the resources that you have through EMCO. As well, it's very quick and efficient for us to build and set up these individual housing units, so we can quickly capitalize on the boom and bust cycle. If there are any issues, we can leave quickly. As well, we can set up housing to accommodate the needs for this industry as Saskatchewan continues to grow. Third, the most important competitive advantage that we believe that we have with our product are the purchase agreements that we have with various shipping companies. The majority of sea cans, they are shipped from other areas, say in Asia, and they're left here. They're left with distributors, and we have the opportunity, if we have a relationship with those companies, to have a constant supply of the resources that we need to build these snap mods in an efficient and profitable manner.
So from our investors, we're looking for $1.5 million for an equity stake of 30%. Over a 5-year period, this will actually turn out to be 57%. And in comparison, the TSX is currently running at -9%, so it shows a little bit of growth. Just going into a little bit of a breakdown of where this $1.5 million is going. In order to produce the 50 snap mods that we have going out in the first year, we want to produce a lot of those, and a lot of that funding, the $1.1 million, is going to be going towards those snap mods. So the cost of goods sold really for our project. Again, marketing is going to be in the orange there for $200,000. And then general expenses, anything like land leases for 5 acres that we're going to need to put these things together. Really just our sales employees, everything like that. That's going to be our general expenses for the first year as well. And what we're really providing as an impact to our investors, what you guys are buying into, we're really able to capitalize on the home improvement and home building market. Currently, this is a $1.8 billion industry in Saskatchewan. So all the big players, including Rona, Home Improvement, those massive companies, we're not taking a big enough portion of that right now. We only have plumbing, we need to diversify, we need to get in there, we need to take a bigger cut. Once again, we're able to capitalize on boom and bust markets. Because of our variable cost structure, we're able to shut our operations down at a moment's notice, and we're also able to increase our operations at a moment's notice. So if the markets go increase in 2016, 2017, we're able to increase our operations suddenly.
How?
Yeah, if we can just go to our finances here. We'll just do the expenses. Yeah, perfect. So the way we actually set up our cost structure, because we contract out all of our work, what we have is, actually we'll go to the revenues as well. Perfect. So as you can see, our sales, with the sales volume as I was talking about in the first year, we're selling 50 units. Because our cost of goods sold, that has anything to do with the cleaning, the framing, the insulation, the drywall, plumbing and electrical, everything that you're going to need to do to actually build the actual units themselves, we're contracting that work out. So we don't actually have to hire our own employees to have them on salaries or anything like that. Therefore, if we see ourselves as a 150 unit company in year 3, then we're able to do that. If that actually decreases and we're a 100 unit company in year 3, then we're able to decrease those contracts.
And the great thing about those contractors currently is you have relationships with all those contractors. You have relationships with home builders that want to capitalize on this market. They want to get volume, and they want to make those houses as quick as possible.
So the home builders, I'm just disconnect from me, the home builders we're selling these to home builders? What's the I don't
yeah,
understand
we can go through. So looking a little bit at our target market, we want these to go to home buyers originally. So that low middle income, 1 to 2 family dwellings, this will probably be their first house. Then looking more at contractors who could help expand this. So home builders possibly, if they have land and they want to develop, they could do a community of these snap mods, quick and easy. And this is a leading edge for how communities are being built now.
So who owns the land?
The land would be owned by the home buyer and then the home developers who would actually develop on that land. So looking a little bit at logistics of how this is going to actually happen, we want to build those relationships with the shipping companies right away so that we can source those sea cans and then be able to build them. Preferably from Saskatchewan. As Gwen mentioned, a lot of them come in from Asia and they stay here. And what's great about that is a lot of them train all the way to Saskatchewan and they're left because it's too expensive to bring them back to a port to then ship them out. So we'll be able to capitalize on that. We'll then ship them to the yard that we have and contract those drywallers, those plumbers, and electricians to be able to do that, to be able to do everything to make these into a house. We'll clean and prep, and then we'll build. It's a 1-month build time, so this is very quick turnaround to build these and build a community. And lastly, ship and set them up at the customer's
What are these things made from? I'm trying to get a sense of this point.
Yeah, so they're made from shipping sea cans. So the structure would be that, and everything else would be built. Inside would be all drywall, they'd be framed, and the outside would be framed drywall, or have everything exterior as a house. It would be a house, and like we said, multiple can be put together to make it even larger. And just to give you some context, these can be 12 by 20, they can be 20 by 20, so it's quite large and it's quite spacious for those 1 to 2 family dwellings.
What's the cost savings for the homeowner?
Yeah, so essentially we can actually put these things together for $27,000, 150 bucks. So we actually sell them for $50,000. So if you really want to compare it to a mortgage you're going to be running $350,000. This is more like a car payment. So what you're going to be paying for your car on a monthly basis, that's pretty much what you're paying for a home now.
Do you have a build out of that? What you're getting for the $27,000?
What we're getting for the 27, like where that's going to?
Yeah, do you have a breakdown of the $27,000? How did you get to the $27,000?
We didn't put a slide together, but we did actually calculate the expenses going into that. $10,000 of that is actually going to the CCAN itself. And then we broke it down to how much we're going to need to do for cleaning. We broke that down into then general labor. So that's going to be like $15 an hour. It's going to take about eight hours to clean that out. Once again, contract work, you're always going to want to put on a per hour basis instead of employees and wages like that. After that, we're going to need to drywall and frame. That's going to cost a little bit more. A little bit more skilled labor, $25 an hour, probably 20 hours. Once we were able to do that, we just went down the line. Plumbing and electrical, probably going to be your most expensive contracted work out, $40 an hour. So after that, you run that through. Some of those projects are going to take a little bit longer than others, but the way we're actually able to build so many units in such a low amount of time, a lot of this can be going on at the same time. While some of these CCANs are being refurbished, other CCANs are getting their electrical and plumbing work done. Our yard is always working, we're always pumping out these units.
So do you see us getting into the business of selling a complete home or just selling the CCAN?
We're selling the complete home. This thing is ready to go. We're able to deliver it to your lot, and we're able to actually build up communities in a moment's notice. So
are they ready to move? Are they like RTMs, or are they building them on site?
we're building them in our 5-acre lot, and then after that we're able to actually ship them. The convenience of these C-cans is that you can put them on the back of a truck and you can get them out there as soon as possible. So.
And they don't look like C-cans, and they can be easily used for infill lots, for anything that you'd like to build.
So we're doing this in Saskatchewan, and they're doing this outside in a field? Is that what?
In a 5-acre lot, that's correct, yes. Just like a lot of home construction going through the winter, yes.
In the winter? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so looking at what we have to do to start this off, Adam did mention that we do need to form those relationships with those contractors. As well, looking at our primary location, what we're currently working on is the plumbing distribution at our retail centers. So looking at that, we believe that although we do have this new initiative for you, we really need to focus on what we're doing at home and really make sure that that is also a viable option for us and that we're making profit from what we know. So the most important thing for us is customer relations. We realize that's so important for the individuals who are buying the products from us. So first thing that we're going to do is evaluate the current customer service standards that we have, complement those, really improve those. We'll go through some initiatives that we have to really build that and complement what we're doing with the C-cans themselves. But looking at the snap mods and what we're doing for that. So we're going to lease the land for construction, the 5 acres that we had mentioned. We're going to contract the C-can suppliers. So through MCO, all the resources that you have that allow us to furbish these individual products, really make them work and build the units into what we see them as. We're going to hire the project managers and form contract relations, getting those C-cans to our location, finding those contractors, getting all the employees that we need to work on this project. And then we're going to acquire and train sales representatives. As Adam will go through with your marketing, we do have a sales force who will be working with this, making sure that we get these individual housing units to those people who need that affordable housing.
Just a qualification, when you said contractors, are they employees or are we contracting them as subcontractors?
We have a combination. So we have our single project manager who will be an employee of us. As well, we have 2 sales representatives, and then everyone else will be contracted employees. And we believe that this is most beneficial because MCO has those 30,000 customers who are looking for consistent work. They're in a variety of fields who will all be complementary to the work that we're doing with SnapMods.
So looking a little bit more, we went through target market, looking at our market capture. So like we said earlier, the market currently in Saskatoon alone is 12,600 new startup housing. So in year 1, we want to reach 1,000 people. We want either that's going to be home builders, developers, or that's home buyers, our first target market. We're going to do this through going to home improvement expos, as well as having a campaign that I'll go through later on, stay a night in a SnapMod. Looking at from those 1,000, we want to engage at least 100 people that would contact our sales reps, that would want to come see our show homes that are at the 6 locations that we currently have. And then from that, we expect 50 sales in our first year. Looking more at year 5, we want to reach 7,000. We're going to build that market of customers that we currently have, and we want to engage 1,000. And then finally, year 5, having 350 sales of these units going out.
Sorry, you said there'd be show homes at the 6 locations?
Yeah, the current 6, you currently have retail. We have retail locations for the plumbing retailer. So what we would like to do is have show homes in either the retail storefront, just to show a cross section of these, or in the lot itself. So they can come, they can see that it is a home. It's not a CCAN, it's a home, and it's able to have as a first house. So looking a little at marketing, so in order to launch this, we want to be very critical with how we launch it. And with that, we want to invite both Brad Wall and Donald Atchison, the mayor of Saskatchewan and then the premier, to stay a night in a SnapMod and see how it is, see how it's an actual home, and it's perfect for first-time home buyers that want to just get off lease payments, that want to have their first house. So we're going to place this at City Hall with their approval, of course, and I assure you they will approve of it because they want to increase housing, they want to increase affordability, which we're giving them. And the last part,
Sorry,
yeah.
how do you get plumbing and electrical to this mobile?
We would easily be able to hook up a generator for the electrical. The plumbing might not work, but it's really just staging that. It's staging to spend a night, and that's really what we're going off of for people to see. And then lastly, win a SnapMod. We want to have a competition through social media, through Snapchat, to be able to actually win one from our retail locations to show them what it's actually like. So ongoing, like I said, we're going to set up those showrooms at our current retail locations and look to community sponsorship, especially homeless shelters, where we can have free SnapMods to expand the shelters, looking at year 5.
And just a little bit of a better, I guess, look at the revenue stream that we're actually going to be able to produce. In our first year, we're really targeting Saskatoon. So that's our one city that we have here in the left of your screen there. In the first year, we're going to be able to produce and get out to the lots 50 units. As they cost $50,000, you prorate this out, this is $3.25 million. As you move along, year 3, we're really wanting to expand our markets. We're wanting to start to really reach the rest of Saskatchewan. So we're going to be actually getting to Regina. At that point, we're going to be selling 150 units, once again, $50,000, $9.75 million. After that, we're really expanding Prince Albert, Moose Jaw. We're really trying to get the biggest cities, expand quickly. We got these purchase contracts, so why not? 350 units, $50,000, $22.75 million.
So as we kind of alluded to, going through the scalability of what we have to offer. So as we mentioned, we'll be able to begin operations in Regina in year 2. Following that in year 3, we see the possibility of bringing it back to our retail locations and bolstering that. So working with those MCO manufacturers, the distributors of the products, and really expanding our product base. For what we're currently servicing, we only sell plumbing equipment. So if we're able to show after 2 or 3 years that we have a viable product, all of the materials that we use are resourceful, they're effective, and there's something that we can use and sell, we believe it's an opportunity for us to personally expand our retail and really improve the fundamental foundation of what we have to offer for you. And fourth, we expand the product offerings in the retail location. So after we build those relationships with the MCO manufacturers, get those products into our locations, expand what we have, and really make sure that we can really service our customers in the best way possible.
So are you suggesting we move into all of the other products that are in the CCAN in the building? We eventually move into that?
Eventually, yes.
Full
Because
retail front?
yes, because along what we have with SnapMod, we also have our retail locations under Mr. Arnold. So year 5, we see we're capturing the Saskatchewan market with the 4 main locations. We're going to focus on those primary cities and then expand throughout all of Saskatchewan into the smaller residential areas. And then year 6, we're going to go through the customer corporate social responsibility initiatives that were mentioned previously.
Is there currently a company that does this? I've heard about this before with the sea containers.
Currently in Canada, there is no one that's doing it. This did start up, I believe, in Europe and around that area. So we will be the first movers, and having those purchase agreements with the shipping companies, we'll have the first right of refusal to these sea cans. And Sean can go over it, how we're actually giving them incentives, but it's a percentage of what we buy from them. We give them an additional charge for them. So we will have that advantage.
Is there any zoning issues with communities, or have you?
Because there's already zoning set up for low cost and moderate cost or income housing, we believe that the government will be able to partner with us and actually produce these zoning communities where we're actually able to set them up. Maybe some communities won't, like the higher income communities, they might not accept it, we realize that, but we're actually targeting the lower income and moderate income communities.
Can these things be insulated to handle Saskatchewan winter?
Yeah, just like any home, you have to have the insulation, the framing, everything's going into that. We believe that we can properly outfit these things so that they're ready for a negative 40 degrees Saskatchewan. Yeah.
Can you speak to the $5 million valuation and what substantiates that, not what our relationship will be going forward?
Yeah, of course. Just go into the equity evaluation there. So as we brought down from our expenses and our revenues, we did a free cash flow through EBIT there. In our first year, once you have the free cash flow and the $1.5 million investment, you can kind of go along. We don't have the years up there, but it is years 1 to 5. We bring an NPV of $12 million. Once you break that down into your 30% stake and a 15% discount factor, which should be common within the construction industry, you can actually bring that down into a return on investment of 57%. And the TSX there, that's supposed to be negative, but yeah, negative 0.18 if you're going to do a portfolio. So it really gives you some realization of what we can offer compared to the Canadian markets.
But currently, based on...
Sorry, we'll just go through a couple of quick risks that we did identify with this product. So focusing on that, the first one is the possibility that we lose those relationships with those CCAN suppliers who are so crucial to what we're offering. So we believe that we can, as Adam mentioned, it is part of a cut of whatever we do purchase them for and however many we sell. We can offer them higher incentives to remain with us, as it is crucial for us. And because we have such a high markup on our products, we believe this is something that is completely feasible if required. As well, the second thing is the bill becomes too specialized for contractors. So obviously we will be contracting out employees from EMCO, but if it is work that is too specific for us to do, then we see that it's possible to, again, hire these employees as we do have such high margin. So focusing again on what we have to offer for you today, we have the option to leverage the need for affordable and sustainable residential housing in a way that complements what we currently are doing under Mr. Arnold. As well, keeping that in mind, looking at the market factors that are relevant to this, 60% of homeowners are in 1 to 2 person dwellings. They need that small space so that they are able to live comfortably, but in an affordable way. This is a new initiative that is being wholly sponsored by the government. As well, we are working in a cyclical industry, which Sean will go through one more time.
Once again, we want to really enforce that we want to complement what you're currently offering. We want to be able to innovate and provide a new product for this boom industry that's currently happening, not just the home improvement, but also the housing market. So what we have to offer is a CCAN design. This is the structure. We're going to be able to customize it inside and out to make it into a home for people that we currently targeted. And you can snap multiple snap mods together to have a larger house if you do expand.
And once again, we're asking for our investors for $1.5 million and a 30% equity stake brought back to you and a 57% return on investment. And what this is really giving you, with what our impact is actually providing, we are able to go through those boom and bust periods and actually be able to take our variable cost structure and really take advantage of that. If in 2020 there's a lot more housing needed, a lot more low cost housing needed, then we can actually get in there, we can jump on it, and we can take advantage of it right away. Also, those juggernauts out there, the Ronas, the home improvements, the home hardwares, we're not taking a big enough cut. $1.8 billion industry in Saskatchewan for home improvement, we need to do more than just plumbing. We need to get into the electrical, we need to take what our snap mods are providing, provide it across the entire industry.
Investors, we do want to thank you for your time this afternoon, and we really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you in the future regarding snap mods. Again, my name is Gwenna. Alongside me are my colleagues Adam and Sean. On behalf of Mr. Arnold, we do thank you for your time.